Hey guys, my name is Dom Rinaldi and welcome to Dom's Deep Dives, a YouTube channel that's part of the Pounding the Table podcast network, where we're dedicated to helping you learn how to invest in stocks and beat the market. Now, if you enjoy this content, the only ask we have is to smash that like button and help us deliver more new content like this to you. And hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the other episodes of our YouTube channel. Now, are you ready to dive into the deep water? I know I am. Let's go. Overall, in this first video, we're just going to see how they've changed what the data center was several years ago and where Nvidia is redefining the architecture so this way we can continue to push compute forward and innovation in the world.
The main reason customers come to us is they have the tremendous amount of data that they're sitting on from decades and very, very sparse data sets where things like failure or damage are concerned, but the implications are very large.
Pharmaceutical companies are generating tons and tons of data. Those insights could be new potential drugs to develop, or new therapies for patients, or new diagnostic mechanisms for disease.
Companies already have a massive amount of audio data coming in, but they only understand a tiny fraction of that. The solution to this is using end-to-end deep learning that can understand a vast variety and have very high accuracy while doing it. We're using Nvidia DGX Station and DGX1 in our data center in order to train these models.
It's giving us the business outcomes that we can barely even imagine even a few months ago, if not a few years ago. Things like 3 to 5 times better accuracy in anomaly detection, about 4 to 5 times better accuracy in predicting when a particular piece of equipment would fail, or even looking at predicting a rate of penetration in a drilling operation, for example. All of these things get us not just better accuracy, but they also get us faster than any of our previous systems could.
We want everyone to become native with the GPU, to be able to use it on anything that they work on. And then that allows us to then immediately jump to the DGX and scale it up and see if it's something that we can apply commercially to what we do.
We use the DGX station when we're doing quick tests and would like to figure out if a model is worth pursuing deeper. And then when we know that that's the case, we switch to DGX1 and train for longer periods of time in order to probe deeper into that model.
We had been searching for several years for a technology package that was small in format and price point wise could allow us to have the biggest bang for our buck for high performance computing. When the DGX station came out, we were just blown away by what was possible. Building systems that could look at data, think about data, integrate knowledge, that could actually imagine. We could create whole new areas where insights could be generated.
They are helping companies accelerate their compute and their speed of performance in the data center so they can keep up with the demands of all the different kinds of industries out there. So in order for the industries to continue to innovate and keep up with the faster responses that we're wanting as end users and better services and artificial intelligence, you need to have the compute capabilities integrated where you have networking, storage, compute, security, all bundled together so you can have an efficient data center in a box, opposed to having a giant data center with a whole bunch of smaller servers. So they're redefining how the data center is looking. And they're also brilliantly partnering with all the other leaders in these different parts of the industry for the data center, whether it's compute, software, networking, security. They're allowing it to where with Doka, their architecture for software development, for them to write their own type of code and programs on top of their hardware. So they're playing nice with everybody in the sandbox. What we're also seeing is that this is applying in multiple industries. We just took a deep dive on mobile gaming. With their GeForce Now service, they have over 10 million mobile gamers. And they're doing this by supporting them with the Bluefield data center processing unit, their new chip that we just learned about, that they're able to secure the data, offload all that CPU usage and storage to the cloud. So this way, a great end user experience can be on my mobile phone to play my games and actually have it just like a console. So this is just one example of When you have the best technology and the fastest compute, you really can accelerate and provide new services and new products to go to market. Hopefully this was very helpful for you to learn about how they're redefining the data center, why this is now moving, you can see, as their top revenue stream moving forward over gaming. And we look forward to seeing how all of these new systems that we're going to learn about on these future videos are paving the way for them to have a competitive advantage against all other providers. Now, we're going to learn more about their supercomputers. They have 3 different models that we'll learn about, and how already industries all across the board, whether it's top universities, global technology companies, hospitals, pharma, aerospace, they're all using these supercomputers because artificial intelligence needs a lot of high performance compute, which is what the DGX box provide. Look at these stats. $149,000 or a $9,000 monthly subscription. Look at the compute that this has, and look how little power it has with 1500 watts and having a plug into the wall instant AI infrastructure. That's not normal. This is game changing and innovating. And look at all the compute for 320 gigabytes at 8 terabytes per second throughput. Think of genomics, think of big data, cloud, all of the different things, financial sector that can benefit with having this kind of compute and then being able to operationalize the cost for $9,000 a month. They could definitely be a competitor to the hyperscalers, in my opinion. So look at this. 9 out of the top 10 universities, 8 out of the top global telcos, 6 out of the top US banks, 10 out of 10 aerospace companies are using the Nvidia DGX supercomputers for AI research. This is just covering all the Fortune 50 and Fortune 100 right here on making sure to have the best compute, the best AI. And then you have the DGX A100, which is the building block to having a data center in a box. Then you have the full-on AI data center in the box with the DGX Station A100. And then you have the DGX SuperPod, which is a network and a cluster of these. This is mind-blowing. So thank you for doing this deep dive with me for part 5 on the data center for Nvidia. Hopefully you're seeing, as we progress through these different parts of the company, that the optionality and how it's mutated and has different revenue streams that it's focusing on and multiple industries that will benefit have a long runway for this company to be very successful. So in part 6, we're going to be talking about their drug discovery program. We're going to be talking about their Megatron transformers, which help basically do natural language processing for speech to text and being able to articulate that very, very fastly with conversational AI. And what are the business outcomes that that can actually drive? So I look forward to seeing you in part 6, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this content and learned something new about investing. Now, if you did like it, make sure to smash that like button. Help us deliver new content for you. And hit subscribe so this way you don't miss any other episodes of our YouTube channel. You can also listen to our network podcast, Pounding the Table, so you can learn more about stocks and learning how to beat the market. Now, are you ready to jump back in the water and dive in? I know I am. So until next time.